For centuries, there's been a prophecy about a future event, 3 days of complete darkness on Earth. This prophecy has intrigued many, and some believe it holds significance in light of recent events and biblical teachings. To understand this prophecy, we need to explore its origins, examine a recent event that might be related, and consider what the Bible and end times prophecies say about it. The prophecy of 3 days of darkness is particularly prominent in Catholic and Christian mystical traditions. It suggests a period when the world will be enveloped in total darkness, during which demons will roam freely, and the faithful will face severe trials. The origins of this prophecy can be traced to various mystics and seers within the Catholic tradition, including Anna Maria Taigi, an Italian mystic who lived from 1769 to 1837. Anna Maria Taigi's visions described a period of intense darkness that would cover the earth for 3 days and nights. According to her accounts, during this time, no man-made light would be effective, except for candles blessed by a priest. She warned that anyone who looked outside or left their homes would face dire consequences, including death. Taigi's prophecy advised people to stay indoors, keep their doors and windows sealed, and pray for forgiveness during this period. Another figure associated with this prophecy is Maria Giulia Gihini, a mystic from the late 19th to early 20th century. Gihini suggested that only candles made from 100% wax would provide any protection. This has led some people to prepare for this event by purchasing pure beeswax candles, believing they might be crucial for surviving the prophesied darkness. However, it's important to note that these prophecies are not officially endorsed by the Catholic Church and mainly circulate within mystical Catholic circles. To understand the relevance of this prophecy today, it's helpful to consider recent events that some believe might be connected. On April 23, 2020, Istanbul experienced an unusual phenomenon where a mysterious cloud caused the city to plunge into darkness during the day. News reports and social media videos showed the city enveloped in black as the cloud covered it, causing it to feel like nightfall. This event was followed by heavy rain, and many people compared it to an apocalyptic sign. Although this weather phenomenon can be explained scientifically, some saw it as a potential sign related to the prophecy of 3 days of darkness. The 3 days of darkness prophecy has also been linked to biblical accounts of darkness. For instance, the book of Exodus describes a period of darkness over Egypt for 3 days as one of the plagues inflicted upon the Pharaoh, Exodus 10 verses 21 to 22. This darkness was so intense that it could be felt, and the Egyptians could not see one another. Similarly, the book of Revelation describes a time when the kingdom of the beast will be filled with darkness, Revelation 16 verse 10. In the Bible, darkness is also mentioned in the context of the end times. Joel 2 verse 31 and Acts 2 verse 20 speak of the sun turning to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. However, these passages do not specifically predict a period of 3 days of physical darkness. Instead, they are often interpreted as symbolic of major upheavals and the end of an era. Furthermore, the Bible warns of increasing spiritual darkness in the last days. In 2 Timothy 3 verses 1 to 13, Paul describes a time of moral and spiritual decline. This growing darkness in the world today can be seen in various forms, including social and ethical challenges. Despite these challenges, Christians are encouraged to be a light in the world. Jesus said in John 8 verse 12, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Additionally, Matthew 5 verse 14 reminds believers that they are the light of the world. While the Bible does mention darkness in the context of the end times, there is no specific reference to a 3-day period of physical darkness. Instead of focusing on specific predictions or signs, the emphasis in biblical teaching is on maintaining a relationship with Jesus, the true light of the world. As believers face challenges and uncertainties, they are called to stay connected to Jesus, who offers guidance and salvation through any darkness they might encounter. In conclusion, the prophecy of 3 days of darkness has historical and mystical roots, with various figures and traditions contributing to its development. Recent events, such as the unusual darkness over Istanbul, have sparked interest and speculation about the prophecy's validity. While the Bible does mention darkness in relation to the end times, it does not specifically predict a 3-day period of darkness. Instead, the focus for believers should be on staying spiritually prepared and connected to Jesus, the light of the world. As we navigate the complexities of modern life and prophetic expectations, let us remain grounded in our faith and seek the guidance and comfort that Jesus offers. For centuries, various cultures and religious traditions have been intrigued by the prophecy of 3 days of complete darkness on earth. This prophecy has its roots in mysticism and biblical prophecy, and it continues to spark curiosity and concern among many. To fully understand this prophecy, it is essential to explore its historical origins, consider recent events that may be linked to it, and examine what biblical and end-times prophecies have to say about such an event. The prophecy of 3 days of darkness is predominantly known within Catholic and Christian mystical circles. It is often attributed to various mystics and seers throughout history, one of the most prominent being Anna Maria Taigi. Born in Italy in 1769 and passing away in 1837, Taigi was a mystic who claimed to have received visions of future events. Her prophecies included a dramatic vision of intense darkness covering the earth for 3 days and nights. According to Taigi, this darkness would be so complete that no artificial light, including electric or gas lights, would penetrate it. Only candles blessed by a priest would be effective during this period. Her visions also warned that anyone who looked outside or ventured out of their homes would face severe consequences, including death. People were advised to stay indoors, seal their doors and windows, and engage in prayer and repentance during this time. Another figure associated with the prophecy is Maria Giulia Gihini, a mystic from the late 19th and early 20th century. This darkness was so profound that it could be felt, and the Egyptians could not see one another. Similarly, the book of Revelation describes a time when the kingdom of the beast will be engulfed in darkness, Revelation 16 verse 10. These biblical references have contributed to the belief that a period of darkness might occur as a sign of significant spiritual or apocalyptic events. Recent events have also sparked interest in the prophecy of 3 days of darkness. On April 23, 2020, Istanbul experienced an unusual phenomenon where a mysterious cloud caused the city to plunge into darkness during the day. News reports and social media videos showed the city covered in an eerie blackness as the cloud passed over it. The sudden darkness felt like nightfall, and the event was followed by heavy rain. Some people saw this event as a possible sign related to the prophecy of 3 days of darkness, even though the phenomenon can be explained scientifically by the presence of a particularly dense cloud. The Bible does mention darkness in the context of the end times, though it does not specify a 3-day period of physical darkness. For instance, Joel 2 verse 31 and Acts 2 verse 20 speak of the sun turning to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. These passages are often interpreted as symbolic of major upheavals and significant changes, rather than a literal 3-day period of darkness. The Bible's focus on darkness in the end times tends to emphasize spiritual rather than physical darkness. In 2 Timothy 3 verses 1 to 13, the Apostle Paul describes a time of moral and spiritual decline, suggesting that spiritual darkness will increase in the last days. This growing spiritual darkness is seen in various forms around the world, including social and ethical challenges. Despite these references, the Bible emphasizes that believers should remain connected to Jesus, who is described as the light of the world, John 8 verse 12. Jesus offers guidance and salvation through any darkness that might be encountered. In Matthew 5 verse 14, Jesus tells his followers that they are the light of the world, reinforcing the idea that believers are called to be a source of light and hope in a world that may experience spiritual darkness. In conclusion, the prophecy of 3 days of darkness has historical and mystical roots, with various figures and traditions contributing to its development. While recent events, such as the unusual darkness over Istanbul, have sparked interest and speculation, the Bible does not specifically predict a 3-day period of physical darkness. Instead, the focus for believers should be on maintaining spiritual preparedness and staying connected to Jesus, the true light of the world. As we navigate the complexities of modern life and prophetic expectations, It is crucial to remain grounded in our faith and seek the guidance and comfort that Jesus provides.